You're listening to the Here for the Clout podcast. Here are your hosts, Sherilyn Dale and Cece Suarez. Yeah, baby.
I think I cheated because I had like already had my finger a little bit under it.
And
I'm sorry.
I spilt mine. Oh, I have the one that smells like cat pee, but it tastes good. Do you know which one I'm talking about? The pomegranate one or the passion fruit one?
No, I have grapefruit, prickly pear, and lime. I don't think we have a passion fruit.
See, and I don't think we have the prickly pear.
Prickly pear is the best.
I know, you keep saying that.
Oh, should we talk to them?
Like...
Okay. Hello, Clout Queens, Kings, and in-betweens. Welcome back to the Here for the Clout podcast. I am one of your hosts, Chelsea Suarez, and this little supple sandwich is Sherilyn Dale.
That might be my favorite one. I love a sandwich. I'm so sad I can't have a sandwich lately because I'm going gluten-free, and it's like, I'm killing it though. I'm doing really good.
I mean, I would hope you are after you had that like incident. How's your butthole?
No, it's never been the same. I said that in the group chat with Jesse and Lily. I was like, listen, if you just want to clear it out and then just like not know what's going on with your butt at any time, apparently go to Mexico now because it's never been the same. It's like at the point where like I used to have it where I'm like immediately like I need a bathroom right now. I can't even like think about that. It's like I feel I'm like running.
Yeah, you had one of the Charlotte moments.
Yes.
Remember from Sex and the City? Yeah.
There's no...
Because they were like, don't drink the water.
Yep.
But...
Yeah.
But you didn't.
And we didn't. No, we didn't.
We had giant bottles of water.
Like the bit. Oh, that's one thing I loved about that resort too, because I've gone to other resorts in Cabo, and they just give you like the little water bottle,
the little baby ones.
I'm like, what the fuck is this gonna do?
Girl.
They stocked those big liters every day, multiple times a day. I was like,
yeah,
I love you guys. Like that.
And
rate
Tony
in itself
and
was
I
worth the
brought
upgrade
him with
of that
us.
resort. Yeah.
Tony and I brought him in our bag every time we went out anywhere, basically. And then, because Tony was like, I need to make sure they refill it. So even if there was one day where we had like 5 in our bag, and I was like, we need to drink more water.
Remember when I was getting ready and you're just like, oh, they came back. It was like turn down service all like early. And then they started stocking up the water again. Like they were amazing. Hard Rock in Cabo, I literally can't say enough about it. And I've been to Cabo so many times, and that was like, I wish it was just like closer to all of the other resorts and like near the ocean and the rock. I'm what's the rock's name? It's famous, but someone will tell me in the comments. That was the only thing I didn't like about it. It took a while to get to, and I love going to like the marina and stuff, and we only got to do that the one day. But yeah. So Hard Rock, if you could relocate, it'd be perfect.
If they can contact Marriott and ask them who they get their beds from, I would really appreciate that because...
Right, that was another thing,
yeah. I mean, I slept great every single night, though.
I did too, but I think it was because we were also drinking all day.
Yeah, I was quite intoxicated. Do you have any comments that you liked?
Yeah, I do. I have 2 comment call-outs today, you guys. Look at me. Okay.
Oh, should we tell them about what is going on?
Yes.
This is all a facade. I've become the people that I make videos about. I actually have my little, this is just for show, I have my little DJI lapel mic over here because my child, the tiny human, TH if you will, came in my office, and he loves to like sit in my office chair, and you know I have to turn off the mouse and the keyboard, so he just clanks around, and he's very busy working. But we've been working a lot on playing pretend, and he's doing so good at it, and I'm so proud of him. And he has his little kitchen and stuff, and I call him Tiny Chef, and he made us pasta tonight, and then me and him like made like real pasta together. It was really cute.
I love that. And I love how you say pasta.
You love how I say pasta?
Yeah, I say pasta. But I love pasta. It's like sounds more like regal.
Okay.
I'm like pasta.
Pasta. Yeah, you're kind of a hillbilly, but I love it because so am I. I mean, I'm a like Florida redneck usually. It's very weird. And then I'm also like, let me put on this ball gown. So yeah, so this is all facade, and I'm really upset about it. The point is that I'm blaming this on my child. So if the people from Mackie are watching, I cried already, and I'm very sorry, but it was too cute. He got in this seat, and I was like, "Oh, are you gonna talk to the mic?" And he goes, And I was just like, oh my gosh,
And then he was like,
award-winning.
and I'm gonna fucking ruin this.
Yeah, and then he tried to grab the mic and like pull it closer to him, and the table tipped and my audio mixer fell off and it got bonked. It did be bonked on the floor, and I'm just really upset about it. So it's fine because I was like, you know what? Plus side share. We had kind of for 1 minute been talking about getting like the anchor mics, like the infield reporter mics, and do the little like
Yeah.
the little like square thing around. What's it called? The
Oh,
box.
yeah, it's called nope, flag. It's like the flag. It's called the flag, a mic flag, I think. Which
A
is
mic
weird.
flag?
Yeah, because it's not like a flag, but I
That
could have
sounds weird.
that could have been like Brent spreading misinformation, but
Brent's misinformation is my favorite though. But on these though, when it's on like a mic stand, they look weird. Like I don't like them on like mics with mic. Like they look like they like don't fit and like they're janky. It
even
looks
more
so strange.
bulkier. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So
I
listen,
still
if
like
we
them
could just be
regardless, and I
like,
would love to have it for the branding. But I do love a handheld moment as well, because I'm also like very animated with my hands, and then my laugh is very
yes,
overbearing. So I do try to like move myself away,
yes,
but like it'd be better and easier for me to just have my
yeah,
laugh not
yeah.
on like right in your guys' ears.
Yeah, I have found that I'm very much so like when I have a mic like that, I definitely like channel like Dave Chappelle, how he'll be like laughing and be like or like bonk it. He bonks it when he
Yeah.
like it like instead of like slapping his knee, he's like bonking. And it's just I love that. I love him. It's my favorite. So hey, we might have that night the next time you see us or
Yeah.
next time we're together.
Yeah.
Which we had a scare. We thought that I wasn't going to be able to go, but Tony and I are just being delusional and we are going. And then Cher got drunk and she was like, Brent, what if like I just go down and like watch the baby for Chelsea and Tony? And Brent's like, but you're supposed to go on the trip.
The intentions were there and they were pure, okay? And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
that is correct, big guy. You did get this one right, buddy.
He did. Are we gonna expose James and Robert to him?
For sure, he loves the gays. Loves the gays.
Okay.
He only has one gay friend who's like very close to him. He's like my gay husband, who I think we were telling you about him. Like anytime we have a get together, like a it's got to be a big party, like so a birthday or whatever, we always get a photo booth. And Brent like tells everybody he knows that in the morning scrolling through the photos of the photo booth, there'll be one of me and Derek kissing in it, because he's like the only other guy that I can like smooch, right? And I just love him so much. But that's his really good friend. But it's like his only like exposure to like a gay guy who's like willing to be like close with Brent, because like, you know, Brent, like he calls him I don't know if I should say this.
Does he call him a lefty?
No, he calls him Derek Butts, like making his last name Butts.
First of all, iconic. That's Derek's drag name.
Oh,
Derek
it should
Butts.
be. And Derek loves it. Like he's just like, sakes, man.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
See, Tony loves the drag humor. Like we die laughing. Like I had him watch a couple episodes of even just Trixie and Katya or
Drag Race. Brent loves Drag
no.
Race. He cannot believe like when they come out
for
the runway. He's like,
yeah.
What? I'm like, I know.
Yeah, no, I mean, see, I feel like Tony likes like the like art of it all, especially with Trixie and Katya, but then also like their humor together is just unmatched. Still watching, Queens Who Love to Watch or We Like to Watch or whatever their show is on there. He thinks that one's really funny. So we've watched that a few times together, but yeah, I've showed him a few things that Robert and James have done and he was dying. I showed him that one clip that I forced everyone to watch of the let's find out. he was like, oh my god, they do sound like that. I was like, I know. And now we both like will do it together and it's really funny. It's like, let's find out.
The other night my girlfriend and I rewatched the
I cannot with you.
One. It's my Sorry, like that is just, it's so good. I'm gonna show Brent that one first so that it'll give him like a good introduction. No, he loves the gays. If he's not invited to like have dinner with them or meet them, he'd be so upset.
Oh no, they have to go. Also made Tony watch the one where James goes, please stop telling us. And like when he like says something and like his eyebrows go up, because Robert doesn't do that facial expression. And it's my favorite when James does it. And he goes, please stop telling us that every Spanish man with a beard or Hispanic man with a beard looks like us. He's like, it's quite racist. We're dying laughing. And it's just like, and then Robert just goes, it is. And I was like, Tony, look. And he's so like, Tony was like, how much you want to bet? Like, if they posted a picture like with me, people would be like, oh my God, we look alike. Oh, by the way, I have an itinerary for us.
For London?
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right.
Comment call out. Oh, wait, is that where we were? I shouldn't have had the cooler before we started. Okay, comment call out.
No, I'm so excited because when you tell me a story and you're also like when you're hyped about a topic, but then you've also already had a few, I'm so excited. Like, I can't wait. It's my favorite.
I literally told Chelsea at like 5, I was like, when do we record? I was like a kid, like so excited. Okay, comment call up. This is from Kelsey ZJ. We love a Kelsey around here. Not only is our amazing manager Kelsey, but one of my best friend, Kelsey. Okay, she said, I completely agree with Rachel's comment. So Rachel had made a comment about, I think like the expression, like a game. I'll find yours too, Rachel. I couldn't find it when I was going back, but, or like a side quest of like you saying something and then like watching like my reaction to it, just being like so ridiculous, and you just deadpan. So she said, Cher laughs at everything Cece says, and Cece gets a kick out of it. I also love that Cher doesn't just blindly agree with everything Chelsea says, like some podcasters who keep their personalities shoved down to agree with their co-host. Even when Cece is totally judging, they're completely comfortable with each other, never change. I love y'all's dynamic so much. I love it. Then this one is kind of like going back because I still, by the end of the last episode, did not know that Thomas Andrews on Titanic that I thought was dead, that his name was Victor Garber. So Nash Jillian 4450.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive. She says, Cher, I too went through a time thinking Victor Garber had passed away and was ridiculously relieved to find out he was still with us. Yes. And then I just replied, Victor Garber. That's it.
Victor Garber. Wait, what? Who's the other person you thought died?
I didn't. It was Victor Garber, but he's still alive. I know that this doesn't make sense. I'm not trying to make my own Mandela effect, and not enough people in the comments were like with me. So now I'm like, am I watching too much Severance? And I just think I'm in like alternate dimensions here, or like forgetting things and remembering things. I don't want to look too deeply into it because I don't want to be responsible for something happening to Victor Garber because like I love him so much.
No, yeah. You know what? He doesn't even get an RIP.
No, because thank God.
Because hey, Victor Garber, I think you would possibly like this. I don't know. We love you.
You could. We do love you. We love the gays. I found out he was gay. Didn't know that. Did you?
Girl, who did you think died? If you didn't know, no, that you had, it had to have been someone else then, and you're just like replacing it with him.
Yeah, maybe it was somebody else, but like he was the one that I was like, no, I looked at his face though, so it was like I was like, no, it's Victor Garber, it's Thomas Andrews. And also on You Again, like the dad from You, like I know who Victor Garber is.
Yeah, we've got that. We know. we need a compilation. I'll give you $5 and a shout out, which will probably do nothing for you. But if someone can do out of the, how many episodes now? 44, Jesus Christ. Out of the 44 episodes that we've done, go through how many times we've either realized that someone died or like got it wrong and they are still alive, or yeah, we made up that someone. I'm still so upset about Bill Paxton.
Oh, I don't
know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. Every
Chelsea, that happened 10 years ago.
No, but it still hurts because like what a smoke show.
Steve Irwin
Twisters came out back again. Yeah, Steve Irwin. Weren't we talking about him in Cabo?
When were we not talking about him? Yeah, because we were talking about how funny the faces of stingrays are. And
Right.
I think
And yes, we were
you,
talking
me, and
about the
Tony, and
stingrays.
then
You guys, and then they smile, and then Tony and I were talking about like what you and I were talking about in Atlanta about just the crocodiles not being able to have like they don't have a strong like opening of the jaw, only close. So if you just like hold it, and I was like, how crazy is it that it was the stingray that took out Steve Irwin?
yes, and then I distinctly remember me and you swimming across to the other end of the pool because we were playing mermaids, and then we started swimming back, and I was talking about how it's just the worst when you're like having a great time in the pool, and then the oh no, I'm gonna poop my pants feeling comes, and you have to go into the bathroom, and then you're just like slipping and sliding on the toilet, and you have to like peel yourself like a banana out of your bathing suit. And
Ew.
you look at me and you go, oh, this is why we're swimming fast back over there. And I was like, yeah, move it or lose it. Let's go. I'm going to poop in this pool. Yeah. And also I will still
The
never,
resort
I
staff
will
was
never,
so probably used to it.
oh, absolutely. I will never, ever forgive stingrays. And I love stingrays, but I'll never forgive them for what they did to me.
That was brutal. Brutal.
Never. I got stung by one.
You did?
Yeah, in Boca.
What were you doing?
I was walking in the water.
You're like, I was minding my business. How
I
dare
was
you
in a
victim
pool.
blame?
Yeah. So you're supposed to shuffle your feet, like slide and like shuffle your feet when you're walking in the sand in the beach where stingrays are, because then you won't like obviously step on top of one, but then also when you're like shuffling, your feet like cause more of like a vibration in the sand and like more of a disturbance. So it like kind of also like mimics other stingrays. So then it's like gonna make them either one, not bother you, or also like get the away from you.
So
And
they don't
sometimes if you're
bone.
like shuffling,
That wouldn't make them excited. Being like, oh,
no,
there's someone near.
no, but also if you like bump into the side of one,
Oh,
then
yeah,
it's
that
not
makes
gonna
sense.
sting you. It's if you step on it, so that you don't want to like be stomping around.
So what did it feel like? Did you have to pee on yourself? Is it like a jellyfish?
No, no. It's other than girl, other than giving birth, was the worst pain of my life. Yeah. So you have to put your foot in like scalding hot water, and then like right when you take it out, it's hurt is like stinging and like hurts so bad. But the thing is that it didn't. So the worst is when the tail, the barb, goes
Yeah.
straight up your heel, because that can happen. That happens pretty often. But
Oh.
I shuffled into it because my shuffles are so good. So I shuffled into it,
Okay.
and it boink went on like the side, like the top of my foot, and like into it. But they want to make sure that like the barb isn't stuck in your foot. So they took me to on the island. This island has no traffic lights. Like it's very small. It's 1 mile wide and 7 miles long. And that's what she said. And so they had to take me, they were going to take me to the hospital, but they're like, wait, like the health clinic in town is open. So let's just like speed down there. Literally, Tony was driving. He was going so fast. And yeah, they like cut my foot open a little bit. And they're like, hold on, we need to make sure like the barb's not there. I was in so much pain. I was laughing. And Tony was just like, what the?
That's what Haley does when she's freaking out and like in pain or scared. She just laughs and cries at the same time.
We hadn't even been dating for like a year. I don't think it was wild, but like, so I couldn't walk. So I jumped onto him and like was screaming like right away. And my mom had like just taken a picture of us. If I can find the picture of us like in the water. It was also when I had my hair this short.
Aww.
And my titties looked so big. And we were in the water and like squinting and like just very, because we used to spend like our first summer of us dating, because we were both still in school, not doing we like went down there with my mom like constantly, and we would just like stay for like a month with her. It was awesome.
Oh, freaking right.
Girl, it was amazing. So yeah, we went down there, and Tony had to carry me, like run me up the beach, over the boardwalk, down a path of broken shelves, through fire, and then up the up to the condo, and like they put my foot in something, and then my mom was like calling and making sure, because she wanted to make sure that was open first, so that we could go down there instead of going to the hospital.
Oh,
but
my stomach hurts, like
yeah,
pain free, and then I feel heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, but my mom has always told everyone the Stingray Story is what she calls it, and that's how she knew that Tony was the one for me.
Yeah, I was literally
like
gonna say,
protected
I was like, oh my
me
God,
right
the way that
away.
it went into action.
He jumped into action. Yeah, crazy.
bless. Was that when you knew too? No, you knew when you were forcing him on Facebook Messenger that he was taking too long to message you. Like, yeah, this is it.
I knew I loved him before that, but I knew that we were gonna do it. I mean, we obviously did it before that too, but that it was like, this was it when he stuck up for me to his mom and made her cry.
Right. Yes. Yes.
I feel so bad saying that, but it's also like, well, you deserved it. She didn't listen to this. Oh, well. She's great and I love her, but also.
Yeah. We talked about that too, like about like close relationships, and then, you know, when they stick up for you, you're just like, oh, okay, who are you?
Yeah, it's extremely validating and you feel so safe and it's just wonderful. You know who doesn't have relationships like that? People who have mistresses or cheat in their marriages. Because guess what, bitches? It's another MistressTok cheating scandal episode and I'm so excited.
Why?
This is our...
I think
Jesse and
it
Lily
is.
have scams. We have this.
I know, and I'm like, why do we get like so excited about it? And I think like I really love when it's like it's the woman who was cheated on and she's just had enough and is like, you know what?
Yeah.
Okay, Jesse's
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm cozy.
So I think that's what we like about it, is just like, you know, the woman just having that moment of being like, you know what?
The validation.
Guys, yeah, I'm not protecting you. So we get that today. All right. So we have 3 characters today. We have the wife. We have Allison. We have the husband, Sebastian. And then we have
Sebas.
somebody's comment. I think I screenshot. I have to look back, but it was like, back to the ocean with you, Sebastian. And I was like, yes. I love it.
So good. Is he Hispanic? Because it's so funny when like white men are named Sebastian and it's just like, you don't deserve that like flair.
No, he's mixed. He's definitely mixed.
Thank God. At least he has that going for him. All right, fine.
That's all.
I can't make fun of him for that then.
Yeah, it's all he's got. And then there's the best friend, Kaylee.
Oh no.
I was nervous her name was going to be Kelsey. I was like, listen, we're not going to do that. Okay. So, not today. And if we did, we would have renamed her. So in our Here for the Clout group chat, I sent you the Google Drive and then I have it numbered.
Okay, so this one is a girl with beautiful hair. It's Allison. Hey, Allison.
This is
and
Allison.
It says 2022, about to move into my new house, soon to be engaged, living down the street from my best friend. It says 2025, starting the process of getting divorced, renting out this home, later finding out my best friend and husband had a 2-year-long affair. Oh no.
No, that sounds awful enough. It really does. That's all we would have needed, right? No, it's worse. This is not just like her best friend of like somebody, you know, like sometimes you just like meet somebody later on in life and you're just like, oh, like, yeah, we like really click, like you're my best friend. No, this is her childhood best friend. And we're going to see like montages that Allison used to make of her and Kaylee. Hope you're not a listener. You can unsubscribe. Like back in the day, like of their child, like this is lifelong childhood best friend. It's insane.
That's so horrible.
I know. So we'll go to.
Oh my God.
What did I say?
The comment she's replying to in this next one says, "Go ahead and drop the 50-part series, girl."
I know. Okay, so this is Allison's gonna she's gonna line this up for us.
I'm ready to listen to anything she has to tell me.
As am I.
Okay, so I don't think I have it in me to do like a 50-part series. However, I will tell you guys how I found out. I also want to give some context for the characters in this story. So yes, this was my best friend since 6th grade. She was also my maid of honor. And so I've literally been friends with her for over half of my life, which is kind of crazy to think about. And then my soon-to-be officially ex-husband, I have been in a relationship with him for 8 years, and we were married for 1 year, and the affair did take, like, in the duration of the affair, she was engaged, she was married, and divorced. In the duration of the affair, I was engaged, married, and now divorced as well. And so, yeah, so that's a little bit of the timeline. But now let's get into the day that I found out. So essentially, we were at a mutual friend's house. He had asked to borrow said mutual friend's truck. And so his car was there. However, he was not there because he had the truck. And as I pull up to the house, I see his car there and I get this weird sinking feeling. Never ignore your gut feeling. And I walk across the street and I see in the top left-hand corner, like the spray paint, as if the car has been like in a tow yard or something like that. My friend is like, oh yeah, maybe it got in a wreck or something. I don't know what possesses me to do this. I then look into the car to see in the back seat, literally facing me, like where I can see it perfectly clear as day, is the towing receipt. And it says for $315 got towed. And then I keep reading and then I put two and two together that he got towed at her apartment complex on President's Day whenever I was in New York with friends. Everything kind of came to a head at that point. Like I had a full-on panic attack because I then at that point like realized her behaviors, his behaviors, maybe gut feelings I had in the past that I ignored. It just all came to a head and I knew that like I just knew. And so then it was about 10 minutes until he was going to be there to drop off the keys. And so within that 10 minutes, I decided I was going to ambush him and confront him. And I did. And then he folded. And yeah, so that is how I found out. I also want to preface it. I don't think I said this. Him and I were actually already in the process of getting a divorce in December of last year. Yeah, that was because of cheating as well. Not this affair. But yeah, she also got cheated on during that time. So crazy. And that's my life.
I love her so much. It just makes me so sad. We don't know Kaylee's side of anything because she's private now. She put her accounts on private. But
You're telling me that this man had the audacity to cheat on this beautiful, beautiful girl multiple times, looking like goddamn Earthworm Jim with that tiny ass shrunken head.
it's tiny, right?
What tribe leader sprinkled something on your head, babe? What voodoo witch doctor got to ya?
I know.
I'm so scared.
I know. And like even like her voice, like just obviously we don't know like somebody's, true colors and personalities, but if you go through, we'll have her TikTok linked because like literally she's the sweetest thing ever. You can just tell like the thought she puts into everything. Like she's always showing for years, like since she started TikTok, parties that she will like host like for her like you can tell this girl holds her friends to like such a high caliber and is so like thankful for her friendships and always like wants to like lift them up. Like even if it's not like her moment, like we're gonna see as she was the maid of honor for Kaylee and things like that. It's like, it's so upsetting because what the are you doing? And you know what? If he's a pig and a creep, that's one thing. But something so sacred to women is our friendships, right? And to have something that long, 6th grade, being your best friend. There's this one video that we'll watch where she does, this is prior to finding out, but it's like, like when you both become, like when you both like find your happily ever after, something along those lines. And this is exactly what you were always like planning as kids and showing this montage back of like them being young. And it's like, what the we ride
I really
at
hope
dawn.
that doesn't. Yeah, no, we definitely
Allison.
do. Yeah, I really hope that doesn't like kind of hinder or damage her in terms of like trust when it comes
Right,
to
with
her
other
female
friendships.
friendships.
What I will
Yeah.
say, again, don't know if you were ever to come across this. You speak for yourself, babe. It's on you here. But it looks like she's also like it's a tight knit group of friends. Because I was seeing like the same girls in other like in the bridal parties,
I love
and then
that.
yeah, and then them being like on there. And I have a screenshot that'll make us laugh in a minute here of another girl kind of like good friend of theirs talking about something. So it sounds like she's got all of the girls behind her and does have really close relationships. So she's got those. But yeah, just for you, do you want to see, well, and everybody else, video number 3? It's
they're actually not allowed to see it. So all of you need to close your eyes. No.
Right?
No, you're fired.
That's
Allison,
him.
Allison, let me tell you, you're not missing much, girl. That's not a man. That's a boy. That is a boy.
So that's him.
Mm-hmm.
This is, now we're going to go into some examples of her with the best friend. And this video I loved because this is where she like kind of claps back, and then we'll see like the previous videos that she still left up on her TikTok.
Unsupported file type.
What?
Maybe it's just me.
All the times that Cassie consoled her, comforted her, pretended to be there for her. None of it was real.
Oh, that's Kaylee?
Yeah, that's her.
That's really sad.
Isn't that heartbreaking? Like, so upsetting. She's in so many of her TikToks. We'll see more. So go to 6 first, where she's like...
Okay, hold on.
Do you know you have 30 minutes? Are you kidding me? 30, yes.
Okay, so this video I loved because it kind of goes back to exactly what you just said about her. You hope that she doesn't want to, like have a guard up and let herself into actual really amazing women that would be out there. So one of the comments, I was going through them, one of the comments is from one of her good best friends. She goes, "You know what's crazy is this was my bachelorette and we had to wait on her like usual. Should have known by how open she was with her lack of respect for people's time." People are like, T, LMAO, T. Yeah. So it's been funny because that video was from like a year or so ago.
Yeah.
People in the comments are just like, are we all here now together?
Yeah. I love it. That's it. Oh my God. See, and that's one thing I love about TikTok too, is like the vibe over there is so different. Trisha had on Spill Sash, I think, or T.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I didn't. Little Spilly.
Yeah, because Oscar needed a little bit off. He had to get like imaging or something done for his back, and they were talking about how TikTok, the atmosphere is just like so different, and I agree so much. And like it really just it makes me so sad because it's like I wish Instagram could be like that, but it's not.
Oh no, not at all. And maybe it's because of like being able to find people so easily. Like the algorithm is like unbeatable. So you just find people crazy. You never would, and then be able to go back and be in comments.
That you never want to.
Yeah. Literally, Ash Trevino's trying to go over there now that she's banned. It's not happening, babe.
Don't mind me.
Okay. Yeah,
Shh. Be quiet. So are we going off over to number 7?
Yeah, I just went through and it would like kind of like broke my heart that I was looking at these videos. It just kind of like shows the friendship and being like, you're looking at it, and obviously, again, we don't have a lens into the friendship and everything and the dynamic, but it seems very telling,
Rule number 40. When you find a sister in someone who is not blood, keep her.
That is.
Do you guys hear this? Like, keep her. Find a sister who's not blood and keep her.
That is diabolical. Like that's so
diabolical. Crazy. So this is while the affair was going on. There's so many others if you guys go to her TikTok where they had like, like little, like the best reset, a date with your best friend, and they're having a picnic and they're painting wine glasses, the two of them. Like it is so this one, okay, so then let's go to the friend asking, I said wife, but Allison.
You know what song I really love?
What?
Pink Pony Club.
Oh God, me too.
I've actually been singing it to Bean when like my own lullaby version.
Oh,
just like a slower version is what I'll sing to him.
Or are you gonna release it? Reverse it?
Pick that thing up, flip it, and reverse it.
Reverse it.
People in the comments were saying, "Oh my God!" When Chelsea said "mommy" instead of "Maui," I would like I died when I was singing it. You're welcome.
Oh.
Well, come to think of it, kid, honestly, I could go on and on. I could list every natural phenomenon. This guy that grassed the ground. That was mommy just messing around.
I don't
And then
think
don't
I
mess
caught
with
it.
and no, you were jamming. And then don't mess with mommy when she's on a breakaway. Oh, hey, did you know we have a Patreon?
Was that where that was?
I don't remember. Probably if I
Do
don't
we?
remember.
Tell me about it.
Well, I'm glad you asked. So, whenever I don't want to answer anything, I start saying that now. Someone's like, hey, what about this? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so happy you asked. So, oh my God, what is it? What is that? Do you have my hair on it?
Yeah, I think it actually teleported.
No, it seems about right. So we do have a Patreon. It's called Here for the Clout Patreon. But it's here for the... Nope, that's not it. And take two. It's patreon.com. I've only added one of these. Patreon.com/Here for the Clout. And we have a $5 tier that gets 2 extra bonus episodes a month. And then we have a $10 tier that gets 4 or sometimes 5, who knows, bonus episodes a month. And they also get travel vlogs and behind the scenes stuff and some live streams. And sometimes they see my titties. Who knows? And not me. So you should definitely go over there. And we have such a fun time. And there's multiple different like chat rooms and stuff that people are having fun in. And
I know, I love the chat rooms. I always forget about them.
Yeah.
And then when I go in and I like scope things out, I'm just like, oh my God, the friendships. And I know that too, like from my book club. I think I talked about this also. The friendships and bonds and connections that have been made in the side quests, you know, are, I don't know. I love it so much. Everybody kind of goes off and does their own thing and finds the people that they connected with. I'm not going to say who. She can say if she wants to in the comments, but okay, take it out. Yes, we are not going to expose her. That will be bleeped. Met a connection through like chatting. And I'm pretty sure she'll text me as soon as she's hearing this right now, being like, I know you're talking about me and it was on the Patreon, or I'm pretty sure it was on our Patreon, or do we know them? I don't know which one. But, you know, it has a connection and has gone on a date with another gal and, you know, seems to be like, you know, hitting it off. And
I'm horny for that, you guys.
I know. She like texted me. I was like, what? I'm like, keep me posted with everything. Like, please. She already literally knows that it's her.
There's someone who, like, through my Discord, like, a long time ago, or, like, through, like, my channel memberships, through something, they, like, became, like, internet friends with someone, and they got, like, really, really close, and then that person was one of their bridesmaids. Yeah, and they, like, started...
Up.
Yeah, they, like, started watching... I don't know if you're watching... I don't know if you got this far, but... It's, yeah, it made me, I like cried when I saw that. And I was like, motherfucker, like, you could have told me earlier. I would have like sent you something.
Literally.
It's amazing. Yeah, I would have, like, send me your wedding website.
Please.
God, now everyone's going to send me their wedding website. Don't do that, please.
It was me. Yeah, so I love that. But yeah, that Patreon, man.
Meet your soulmate?
Not only do we provide a lot of content, like a whole other podcast over there, you might meet your soulmate. That in itself is worth the investment, I'm
telling you, less than $100 a year if you pay up front for the annual service.
Literally.
Meet your soulmate or just get laid. Who knows?
I was going to say Match.com. I don't even think that's a thing anymore. I'm like, that's more money. But yeah,
it is.
And
That shit's expensive.
maybe it will lead to Chelsea and I being your MCs at your wedding. I don't know. We don't know where the freaking life is going to take you. But we are dreaming of that opportunity.
Oh my God! Can you imagine?
Who's gonna be the first ones to get married? Like, we need to be the MCs for that wedding.
Don't force it. Also,
like
maybe
somebody
not
like
the
immediately like, we're in love.
Yeah, please. I'm scared.
We could be the performers.
No.
What are we?
And not MCs either. I mean, maybe
guests?
we'll just and maybe
the officiants.
Oh God,
it doesn't take like Sherilyn's never allowed to have a cooler before we record again. No.
Yeah,
it does not take long.
I would do it.
To become an officiant. We could do it online.
It would take literally 30 minutes. Yeah.
There. That's it. Bing bop, boom bop, bing bop, bam.
The type of shit I'm on you wouldn't understand.
We're officiants now, you guys. Okay, we're ready to go.
It's not how that works.
Okay, so this is her answering frequently asked questions, so we might find out more. I didn't watch this. I just added it. So we're in this together.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I am going to do a rapid fire like Q&A of some of my most asked questions that I have been getting in the comments of my videos. Okay, first and foremost, let's get the timeline straight. So the affair did start in March 2023. She got married July 2023. I got married October 2023. She was starting the separation process, let's call it the end of 2023. I was married for a full year. I did not officially start the separation process until the end of 2024. Let's call it November, December of 2024. Okay, first question. Did her ex-husband know, and that's why they got a divorce? The answer is no. And he was actually the very first person that I called to tell once I found out the information about the affair, because if the roles were reversed, I would have wanted to be the first person to know as well. On that same note, did any of our mutual friends know? The answer is no. Literally, the only person that did know was one of her friends who, I did end up becoming friends with her as well. However, let's just call it her friend. And then the question
that ain't your friend, baby.
Friends like torn up about like having to pick sides. And the answer is no. I would say everyone has been very loving and very supportive, and yeah, very in shock that, two humans could do this. Especially two humans that we have each friend group has been friends with for 15 years. And last is, are they still together? And kind of a big question mark around that. According to him, we left them with no choice but to be each other's companions. With that, you will, a little bit unsure what that means. But yeah, I just want to say also, of course, thank you for all of the love and the support and the kind words. And yeah, thanks for following along with me on now my healing journey.
I've got a lot on my mind. Shall I?
Yeah, please.
Perfect. Thank you. I'm happy to that we're holding space for this. One thing I do want to say is, because I know a lot of people
hold pinkies while you talk?
Oh, here, I'll hold. Wait, no, you have to hold mine. Or do I hold yours? Okay. You are stretched so far. We're just disappearing into the void. Thank God for Kaya. Oh, we're done? Okay. So I am so impressed with, I'm about to sound like such a fucking boomer. I'm so impressed with the Gen Z generation, because they really be getting divorced if they want to. And I love that, because boomers, or even who's older than us?
Babe,
what's Carly's generation? And Ash's. And
I'm a
your
millennial.
husband's.
I'm a millennial.
Which I know. Me too.
So millennial, yeah, no, that's it. Gen X and boomer.
Yes.
No.
Well, there's yeah, no, it's like boomer 1 and then boomer 2 or something like that.
Oh, okay.
No, there's one between the one above us and then boomer. Either way, I don't care. But the generation above us, older than us, and all the ones older than us, and maybe I just have a skewed perception of this, I feel like they will stay in an unhappy marriage and just let that slide. Not everyone, but I have seen a lot of miserable marriages, and I'm so happy that she got out before they had kids. Thank God, because that can definitely make it harder, but not just emotionally, but logistically too. But holy, listen, they might be annoying as sometimes, but goddamn, that's one of the things that I'm so impressed and I love that for them. And same with being unhappy in jobs, and they're just nope. It's okay, girl. Yeah. What?
I do love that too. I do understand some people's complaints where it's you're not understanding my feelings, my validation. We were talking about something personal in my life with somebody personal in my life, taking someone in, and then
oh my God,
ridiculous, right?
I'll kill that person.
So there's those situations I'm no, but in this I do love, because so many people in the past I've seen, even generationally in my family, where you're just that, yeah, you guys, it would have been okay, I know it might have been frowned upon at one point, but it would have been okay just to not be together, and that would have been all right, or to do a new path. And I know it's scary, but now it's becoming more accepted. And I do like that because
It's-
everyone's like, it seems like everyone's understanding this is like, you got one shot at this.
It's kind of like what I think we drunkenly talked about it we were in that pool for so long and we never left to go pee.
No.
But anyways, in Cabo, when we were talking about like divorces and shit, and I don't know why, I think I was talking to Madeline about it when we were talking about her mom or something. I don't remember. But
Is that the one whose mom's in an MLM?
no, that's a different one. That girl, her mom is Mormon and in
Double
Monty.
cult.
And yeah, when she even says it too, she's like, but I'm not. And I was like, okay, girl. But we were talking about how like our parents and whatever, those generations. No, listen, no offense to anyone who is that generation. I always have to say that. Boomer is a mindset. Calm down. We're not being ageist. If you're cool as fuck and you listen to us and you're over 45, you're awesome. You're gay. Be gay.
You're gay. Be gay. Be gay. Be gay.
I need to stop quoting New Girl. Be gay. They call me Gay Nick.
Well, friends call me Gay Nick.
It's the best. But yeah, so I am Nick Miller. But the mantra of like, oh, we're staying together for the kids. No, leave.
Yeah.
Get divorced for the kids. Like, they
Please.
deserve to have two separate happy households instead of one miserable one.
Yeah.
And people even say, like, later on, they're like, no, I wish you would have gotten divorced.
Yeah, it's like the people, like when we were talking about the messy households and the amount of people who actually experienced that and were like how traumatizing
sad.
that was. You know what I mean? Like you do
Mhm.
hear much more of that. And I'll even say the same, like, because I've been, like the product of like multiple divorce households, and it's like, yeah, no, that was the right decision. Thank God you did, because I do remember those like really tense, unhappy times, and you never want to be somebody
Mhm.
like not knowing, like a child not knowing like what atmosphere you're walking into. As opposed to like, yes, of course it's an adjustment. You feel like a failure, like for the parents' part, but for the kid, it's like you feel that and you feel the happiness and like the weight lifted off. It's just like a different air. And
Your family tree is so crazy. When we were in Atlanta, I sketched it out on a napkin.
yeah, you did. You had to. Most people.
Well, I mean,
do.
I did it for my family too, but I mean, mine's pretty easy.
Yeah, you just have like a lot of
think.
siblings with like the off branches and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like a
Yeah,
big
with
family. Mine is
yeah,
like
with the significant
chaotic
others.
AF, where there's siblings who are born to like different parents, but who call themselves siblings, who are not related in the slightest.
Yeah.
But we all
Well, yeah,
consider
you
ourselves.
have
like-
half. Yeah, you
Yeah.
have half and step,
Yeah.
and all of you are siblings. And then
Mhm.
this is like, well, my mom, and then she's like, well, my mom, and I'm like, okay, which one? You've
I
got
don't ever
7
call
of
my-
them.
I know. I don't ever call my stepmom my mom ever. I do like maybe just like for storyline, like
You
cohesiveness.
do,
But yeah.
No, she does. She does. When we were in Cabo, you kept saying, but then when you were talking about, it was really cute because we were talking about the kids, and when you were talking about Lynn, though, you said her grandma name, which I was like, oh, that's cute. I was like, I love. It's just like little like linguistically
they have different
things, yeah.
ones. Yeah. So that
Yeah,
actually
obviously.
is like how we differentiate them now, is because like
Yep.
they're both called something different. So it's like then you understand. But yeah, it can be a show. I'm telling you, it is literally worth it. I know that it sucks. I also have a really good friend right now who's going through this, like thinking like, oh my God, like what am I doing? Like, I don't know where I'm at. I'm unhappy, but there's nothing wrong. But then there's kids, and like, what's wrong with me? And I'm like, nothing. Like, it's you, babe. Like, we have one shot at this. One shot. So
One
please-
opportunity.
Yeah, like one moment. Yeah.
To capture it or let it slip. I need to leave.
Yeah, we both do, I think.
Let's
We're not
continue.
done yet. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're not done. I'm so sorry about my coughing still. I do feel so much better though. I have a lot of everything. I'm just congested. Like, I don't have like the head cold anymore. That's what congested means. I don't know what's happening, but I'm fine. So let's
it does
continue.
sound less barky. It sounds, or less phlegmy,
thanks.
more barky, which is great.
I hate it so much.
Okay, so where do we want to go next? Do we want to see Kaylee's reaction to Allison getting engaged?
Yeah. Wait, because okay, so if she only had a year engagement, so they were hooking up before the engagement, right? Or no?
I can't remember. Did she say on there?
Yeah, she gave a timeline. Kaya is sober, so Kaya, can you put it on screen what's what on what? Thank you.
Yeah, please. Thank you. So whatever Kaya says, that's what happened.
I cannot wait to watch this back and just have it say, girl, I don't know, ...
It's just like, where are we? Okay, so for this one, for the friends reaction, she's the first one, so we don't have to watch it like all the way through.
Ooh, the comments. Holy.
Right?
The comment that says, I'm so sorry you're going through this, but I cannot with her crocodile tears. I can't. And another person said, girl, I'm deep down in here too. Another person said, same. Another person said, same. And there's 4 more comments that say same. Holy shit. I love TikTok for that reason.
I love it so much. Okay, so what's funny is I don't think I actually posted the video. I think I just screenshotted the comments.
I mean, girl, it's
doesn't
fine
matter.
because
She was crying.
We'll
and
have
it
her
was like,
play it.
She's crying. Oh. Aww.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay, so that was the greatest thing. Then let's do friend asking wife. When your best friend asks you to be her maid of honor. So this is when Kaylee asked Allison to be her maid of honor.
I love a puzzle.
Yeah, it would have been cute if she wasn't a... Whoa.
Oh.
No. How forking devastating is that?
So, how long have you had Kelsey? Had her. Kelsey, how long have you been here?
Kelsey's been here since we were like 22, but this is like Sienna. Like Sienna and I have been like best friends since we were 3. Two or like 3 and I think I was 4, she was 3.
So Des and I have been best friends since the end of high school, or I mean high school, but like the end of high school basically. So high school, college, and on have been best friends. But Megan and I have been best friends since 6th grade, and our parents, even before that, were close and like knew each other and like and our grandparents were close. Girl, generationally, Tampa be all up. I'm pretty sure we're all related somehow. But it's so crazy. Like it is absolutely wild. And I'm just thinking of like if like one like looking back at all those pictures, I'm like, holy shit, like I have pictures of me and Megan so flat chested. And then like I have pictures of us like further in middle school and then in high school and then, you know, a little bit in college and then because we like kind of drifted because like she went off to FSU. Not drifted, like we were like still loved her so much and she loved me and whatever, but she went off college. I got asked to leave college twice and I stayed here and then she came home. We still hung out a bunch and she was at our wedding, but then I was in her wedding and it's just like, and now they live 2 blocks down and whenever Tony has like fun toys that like get donated at work, he's like, oh, I have to go give this to their older son. And he's like, what, 5? And so we like drive the golf cart and like go drop it off. And him and Aaron, Megan's husband, are like in love with each other. And it just like, and we're like growing families together. And I'm just like, oh.
To think, exactly. And that's what I thought too. I'm like, to think of that breaks my heart because I can't even imagine. And those are your memories,
that's
right?
Your
like those,
family.
Like, that is your family. That, and she
sister.
even said that before she even like had posted like about the affair. Like there was the pictures of like, or the video where it was like a soul sister, and you know, like the you know, like when your best friend is not blood related, but like it's like your sister, like your other half. And I cannot imagine. Because of course you're not, like for me, I can be like, she would never, like Kelsey or Sienna would never. And I know they would never. But she was probably also thinking she would never. And what the hell do you do with all of those memories and that love?
You were each other's maid of honors. Like, wait, so Allison was Kaylee's maid of honor. Was Kaylee Allison's maid of honor?
Yes.
Holy.
Yes.
That is insane. Like, because I was about to be like, okay, like maybe
she's
if
in
you weren't
so
like
much of
super
her
best friends.
No, such best friends. Like,
that's insane, man.
Allison's like whole TikTok is like her other girls as well, like the ones we'll see in the wedding party. But that is like who you see her presenting as her best friend years back, not just like now being like, oh, this is what it was. No, we're going back into like the authentic, like old posts. That's where people are just like, are we all here together like in 2025? And it's like a post from 2022. It's awful.
Sad.
It's fucking awful.
I think I might cry.
I
don't
know.
want to though. Yeah, it makes me. Yep, it's happening.
Okay, so
Allison, I love you. It's fine. I'll be your friend.
We have a lot of people here for you. It sounds like you have amazing girls too, though. So, the Kaylee, the friend, she got married first. So that's the bottom one, right? Like the very last one. So she did this like transition thing for her wedding.
Okay. To the chapel and where. Oh, short dresses. No, wait, did you have short dresses? Did you have any bridesmaids?
Oh, yeah, I had bridesmaids. They all picked long. I just said you could wear whatever you want as long as it was like this shade. But and then, so that was Kaylee. So they all did that. And then Allison, when she got married, they did the same transition, which, like, it's just devastating. And you see her right beside her, too, little freaking... breaks my heart.
It's Allison, a red flag.
Stunning.
Stunning.
And seems
it's a
so
red flag.
kind and genuine.
Do you want to know what the red flag is?
What was the red flag? Sorry.
That Kaylee had them wear not long dresses. And I know there's going to be people in the comments being like, oh my God, it's spearmint gum all over again, Chelsea. And it's shrimp all over again. You know what? It is. No one wants to see your knees. Also, do you know Laura Beverlin, the Instagram blogger?
No.
They do. Hey, y'all know Laura Beverlin? She's so short. That's not my problem with her. It's fine to be short. I'm taller than her. But her husband is just as tall as her. Again, you could have a little meatball man. That's okay. His name, and when I say his name, I mean government name. You're not ready. On his birth certificate is Marky. And I have to send you pictures from their wedding. Listen, I'm sure they're very nice people.
Oh, I was waiting for the last name to be Mark.
Marky Mark. That would be so great.
I was like, Marky Mark. His name's Marky?
Yeah. I'm really trying to find a picture of this woman's wedding because it was so.
Yeah, because I still don't know who this is.
I originally followed her on Instagram because she had a house. Well, she kept saying she lives in Tampa. That's not Tampa. That is literally across county line, ma'am. I Googled it. I know where you live. But then she sold that house and now I don't know where she lives. But during COVID, she like got cows and stuff. But I followed them because they bought this like crazy, like old, like Tudor house. And it was huge. It was just the two of them and they were remodeling it.
A Tudor.
I fucking love a Tudor. And it was so freaking beautiful. And I'm really trying to find these hideous pictures
like, what
from
was
her
her
wedding.
content? Like she was all like, like it was like about remodeling or like what caught you on to, like what's her brand?
That's what it. Well, her brand is non-disclosed affiliate links. Yeah, but oh my God, I found his Facebook page. Oh, where'd it go? I lost it. Anyways, we'll put them on here because I'm sure I'll hopefully be able to find them because goddamn, their pictures from their wedding are hideous and they had people wear like the most ugly
short
teal
dresses?
blue dresses. So short, Sherlyn.
Oh, if someone has teal, it's Sienna, I'm sorry, but I wasn't there, so it's all good. I wouldn't have worn it. Love you. We were in our non-talking phase, our only non-talking phase, but teal, no. I'm pretty sure they wore platform flip-flops too. Platform flip-flops. And I'm pretty sure those platform flip-flops were like orange. No.
Yeah. Listen, if you ever want to like be like, how can I make my wedding not ugly? Just go with black. Black long dresses. And
Yeah.
people might be like, well, that's boring. No, it's not.
Oh, it
That's
looks hot.
classy.
It
That's
looks hot. Yeah.
beautiful.
It looks really
Or
hot.
I'm obviously super biased, but emerald green. Oh my God, so beautiful.
I love an emerald green moment. I went with navy.
Love the Mexico, yeah, good.
It was really nice.
Megan's were like a sea foam kind of, like a light-ish green, but they were so beautiful and I looked so pretty. There's a picture of me and one of the I was the shortest bridesmaid and this girl Danielle was the tallest and I love her and there's a picture of her picking me up on the dance floor and holding me like a baby. It was great. Anyways, so yeah, that's gross. I'm so sad. Like, so the girl, Kaylee, made her thing private. The husband said that they are together because he said that we didn't
They're
leave them
leaning on
any.
yeah. And that's so rude. Also, like, you, like, manipulator being like, you've given us no choice but to rely on each other. It's like, oh, like getting called out for your shit and everybody not being okay with it. What do you mean? Like,
Not him
so
literally being like, it's your fault that we're together. So you
that's
don't
what
want to be?
sounds like. Yeah, so that's where we're at right now. And I understand that she probably isn't ready or wanting to talk about it at this point, like in depth. So, like, we'll stay tuned and see. And if you never want to share it, that's okay. But I'm glad that she had a moment to just, like, I can't imagine, like, how validating and, like, how much of a weight it would have been to, like, get to that point to be like, you know what? Fuck you guys. I'm putting you on TikTok.
Yeah, that's honestly, that's the best way to go. And it's
another
funny
thing too
when
that
people...
I saw. Sorry, babe, I don't mean to cut you
No,
off.
no,
I
go,
saw
do it. Do it.
I saw this in the comments too, where it was like, I love that she's not like necessarily like keeping it going and like putting them on blast. It's people who have like seen just like her personality, the way that she's like, I don't think I have it in me. This is like the gist of it. And allowing people to go back and look for themselves in the history, like, because I kept going back to like, you know what I mean? Like people in like 2022 being like, this girl is, you can just see like what a solid girlfriend, fiance, wife she was, but not only that, but friend. And like someone who's hyping up her girls all the time and like loves love and her girls. So she shows her girlfriends so much more than she did like herself and her man. And so that's what she's just leaving it up. It's not like she was like, you know what, I'm like gonna race. It's like, no, I'm gonna let everybody go and like snoop for themselves. And that's where I was like so much more invested. I was like, oh my God, what the
And
it tells the story without her telling the story.
Yeah, and yeah, absolutely. And you can get the vibe of it just from looking back. And I also like the way that she said, because people are like, who, like, are people siding with her? Like, what's, who gets the bridesmaids in the divorce? And I really like that because it's in how she said it, because she's like, well, all of my friends have been really supportive, and so it definitely, and from the comments from the other girls too, it's like, obviously, yeah, but like, if someone in my friend group, if I had a close, constant friend group like that, I've also just always been like, I like to keep, like, I don't know, big friend groups like that overwhelm me. I like having like different friends for different vibes, but not that they all wouldn't get along, they definitely would, but I don't know, it's just so interesting. Like, if someone did that and I was friends with them, I feel like I would do either the casual drift is what I call it, or which is cutting them off, but it's less like abrupt, and it really, again, just seems like it's just like a natural drift, which it's not. It's very calculated. What are some, and please leave it in the comments below, what are some examples of reasons why you would do that or why you have done that?
A casual drift, or like, have I like made it clear to other people, or just been like, okay.
So, I mean, either like someone you were friends with did something and you were like, okay. Like,
I have the roommate one. For me, it's the roommate, where that was like a close friend of mine. I had her like living with me with her daughter. I loved her so much. I was like, this is one of my best friends. And that turned out to just like be a nightmare. And it was like trying to help somebody so desperately who did not want to help themselves. And then when it came to like me just bringing up a conversation of being like what can I do to support? Like, are these options that you want to take? Her spinning it to being like, you want me to leave, blah, blah, and pop off on me. And then her leave to try to make me look like a psycho, like not a psycho, like a bad person. But I'm like, you're a psycho right now. If you want to go, go. And then her leaving, that was like actually a big moment for me where I was like, I don't need to like go off and pop off on anybody or like run to somebody and tell them what actually happened because I know I did everything. And I'm like, whatever you want to try to say, you can go for. I had the best intentions at heart. You know I did. I want the best for you, but I cannot be around you ever again. And that was it. Like, I never reached out. It was never like, hey, do you want to talk about what happened? Because at that point I was like, that was fucked up. You trying to like spin some narrative on me was so fucked up. And so I was just like, I didn't say anything, really. If anybody asked, I was like, this is what happened, and she hasn't reached out, and Oliver's still in the basement, and I'm picking it up and packing it for her and seeing like, are you okay? Do you have somewhere to go? Like, it's here when you're ready. And I'm never going to talk. In my mind, I'm like, I'm never going to talk to you again, but I'm not going to make it a thing.
No, obviously. So I have one that I can think of that's more recent that doesn't have to do with like, you know, starting a family, because unfortunately a lot of times when you have a kid or right when you get pregnant, then the people who like you used to go out with and like, you know, friends like that, you don't want it to happen. You don't think it would, but your relationship completely changes. And it's just like, I hate that. And I find that super disrespectful. And I've never done that to anybody. And it kills me and it hurts, obviously. But yeah, I've absolutely done the casual drift from multiple people. And one was when I realized like, oh, you're one of the most selfish people I've ever met in my life. One of the lowest IQs I've ever encountered in my life. I don't know how I ever had a conversation with this person. But also like, you're just genuinely not a good person. Like, there were so many times where they did coke in front of me and I was just like, I have to leave. Like, I can't.
She knew about like your history and like going to treatment and stuff?
Yeah, no, she knew about all of that. And I had told her like multiple times. And just want to make it clear, yes, that was my drug of choice back in the day. And I have not done it in over a decade. And I would not do it. But it's just like the lack of respect thing. And it's like, girl, at least wait till, I don't care if you do it. Just like, at least wait until I'm out of the room.
Yeah.
Or like, I've gone home for the night. Like, what are you doing? And it was just so like, she'd done that multiple times and then lied about it. And I'm just like, what are you doing? And like, who are you? And like the person she's with, it just kills me because it's like, you are not a good influence on this person at all. And it makes me so sad. And like, you're not good for them. And that kills me too. And then my relationship with that person has completely diminished since, which makes me really sad too. Because at one point in my life, that was literally my only friend.
Right. And then, so you noticed the shift after you had like Bean? Was that like for you to be like, okay, this is actually like my opportunity to just be like, you know what, like maybe there were signs and like I am gonna do the drift like now, like this is my chance, and they never like reached out?
Yeah, because I was like, okay, like it's just because I'm pregnant right now. And like sometimes people are like weird when you're pregnant, like, and I was having a lot of pain and stuff, and I was trying to work so much so that I could like backlog stuff so that I could actually have at least a month off and, you know, have enough money to still pay Ethan while I was on maternity leave and not working, which I literally gave myself like 3 weeks. And I was like, I'm bored, I need to film.
That's all.
Yeah, but so then I was like, okay, well, now that like I am like a human again, kind of, I just thought that person having like literally like a title to my son and to me, I thought that they would actually like have a relationship with, like, he doesn't recognize them. He does not know them. And it's so sad. Meanwhile, my sister walks in the door and he, it's so funny, girl. Aunt CB, she's the best. But yeah, I mean, it's so sad. And you know, it's crazy how it's like, you think before you have kids, like you think like, oh, these people are going to be like aunt whatever or blah blah blah, and then once you get pregnant, your relationships change and your activities change, and then you just don't have
Which you'd
it's
never
wild.
expect at that time, which is crazy, right?
No, it's crazy because even if I didn't have kids and that person got pregnant and had a kid, like I would be there all the time. I would offer to like have, have their kid over for like a sleepover so that they could, have a really good date night or,
You would offer to
whatever.
give up your trip with one of your best friends that you're supposed to do together and forget that to fly across the country into another country and babysit them.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Or you also, I mean, you don't get it because you can't relate to how she's acting because you literally were about to not attend our business trip so that I could. And I'm like, that's not how this works, Cher. Yeah. And then there's this other situation. So this girl, you're not going to believe this. So, and she was like, and she was so, it's crazy because like literally a week after she would always, and I was like, honestly, like, she like, and then we got like closer with her. So when she was, we like got so much closer with her. And
I know this story.
wait, so yeah, you already know the story then of like, and it's like, yeah, what the do you think? And he's gonna, but she was already, and it's like, and then you were like, what's going on? I don't understand. And then it's like, like,
I do love it.
exactly. Okay.
That was intense.
And
Yeah,
that's a good reason.
That is a good reason, and that's also a sticky situation because okay, this is a good question for anybody who's wondering like if they're thinking they have somebody in their life that they're wanting to do like the pivot with.
It's called the casual drift, not the pivot.
Okay, sorry.
TM trademark.
Yeah. How are you navigating that with somebody who's not getting it?
Well, the good thing is that I've been able to kind of use my son as an excuse, and that like I really don't really have time to hang out with anybody because I do have 2 jobs and I'm a mom, so technically I have 3 jobs and I'm a wife. Because listen, that okay. So, anyways, so I've been able to use that as an excuse, which is the best excuse ever. But realistically, like, yeah, if I'm gonna hang out with if I have a free night or something, I'm probably gonna hang out with my husband, or I'm gonna hang out with Des. Well, she's pregnant right now. See, or I'm gonna hang. And I was like, "How you feeling, girl?" And she's like, "Not gonna lie, really wish this baby would come." I'm like, "Well," and then another best friend, Jenna, is pregnant too, and like I still check in with them every single week.
Of course.
But like being moms who she stays at home, Des stays at home. I kind of half of the week I do.
Yeah.
Try to get all my work done by Wednesday so that I can like just do like kind of admin stuff or house stuff when he's sleeping Thursday and Friday. But I mean, it is a good excuse, but like she'll message me and stuff, and it's sad, but like I always do have an excuse, and like I am too busy. I mean, it's the truth, but I'll respond to her here and there. Like she'll text me or she'll ask me something, and I respond here and there, but I think she clearly I would hope she can tell that like it's different now than after that happened, because I felt bad for her and I did have sympathy because I could see that she felt guilty, but it also I don't know, it's just it's hard because it's like it was her fault. And I had told her so many times like, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that.
So you guys had that conversation then?
Girl, yes, specifically like when she was over here and I like put Wiggum up because I was like, Wiggum's being weird. He hasn't calmed down yet from like seeing him. I was like, so we'll just put him in there. And don't do that. I was like, I don't care if it's nighttime. We live in Florida. You don't do that. And she's like, oh, but no. I was like, I don't care. And she never listened to me. And it's like, and it's also kind of like that thing of like, why not to be like, oh, I know everything. But it's like, one, I've lived in Florida my whole life. Two, I've never had that happen. Three, I've had multiple bulldogs and grown up with bulldogs. And I'm an unofficial bulldog expert.
Mm-hmm.
So that it's just been really tough. Like navigating those emotions, like in the beginning was tough because then I even told Tony, I was like, I have the ick. And he was like, oh, thank God you said it. And I was like, I know that's like, well, it's like, so like, it's such like a casual or like cliche thing to say, but it's like in a serious situation. But I'm like, no, that's awful. But also like people cheating as well is another reason why I'm like,
yeah,
don't love that. Or like listen, if you're in college doing cocaine, whatever. If you're like right out of college doing cocaine, sure, got it. But like, babe, we're in our 30s.
Yeah.
We don't do cocaine anymore.
No.
We don't do that. Or driving drunk like multiple times is, I mean, just once, but like,
yeah,
I lose those are things that make me lose so much respect for you. And then like things on top of that, or if it just becomes exhausting to be your friend. I mean, we had a friend who every single time I was with her, she would start bawling, crying and telling me about her ex-fiance that like it was a DV situation. And I'm just like,
you gotta help yourself, babe. Yeah.
also like y'all have broken up. Also, like I told you not to take him back after he did it the first 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
And Tony and I also like cut him off. And also you were also like reciprocating too.
Mm-hmm.
And started it a few times. So it's like,
yeah. No, it is. It's hard to watch somebody like not self-destruct, but it almost is, right? Like where you you can't want the best for somebody else like more than they want it for themselves. Of course you do, right? Like, and I think like really good friends, you do want like the best for them and for them to see that. And we always see the best in the people that we love before they see it in themselves. But like when it's like a constant thing of being like this, you know, like you deserve better, or like try this or whatever, and like it's getting exhaustive and repetitive and almost like self-destructive, if it affects you to the you know what I mean, like, and I don't like, that's not selfish, right? It can sound selfish of being like, oh, if you were a good friend you would do, like, it's like we are grown, we all have
like
lives here
for how long, like how long are we doing that for?
We need
it's tough.
We can only do so much. We can only like help and rear so much. And if it's taking a toll on you, like somebody else's well-being, you have to make those decisions for yourself.
So my dad asked me maybe it wasn't this past Thanksgiving, maybe it was the one before, but my dad asked me, he was like, hey, so whatever happened to your friend blah blah blah? And I was like, oh, I did the casual, everyone in my family knows what it is, they all do it too. My dad's the one who taught me. He was like, I was like, no, I did the casual drift from her, like we're not friends anymore, she's pretty insane. And his fucking response was, oh good, your mom and I could not stand her, we hated her.
Oh no. You're like, why didn't you tell me?
Yeah, it's me telling Tony I'm bisexual all over again. You could have told me. Like, what the yeah. Even the other day I asked Tony, I was like, we were on date night and I was like, are there any of my friends that you like don't like? Because another thing had happened and he was like, their relationship's weird, pretty sure he's in a cult. And I'm like, I do agree with that. And he's like, well, she's gotten weird too. And I was like, I know, but I do love her a lot. And then I was like, wait a minute, go through all of my best friends and like describe them to me and like tell me what you like and don't like. And he was like, do me a favor, name your friends.
Who are we talking about?
Yeah. And of course, when he got to you, he was like looking so proud. He's like, she's a firecracker. She does not care. She'll say anything.
What do you say about Big Guy?
Big Guy was not involved in of my best friends. That's your husband.
I thought like the couple. Oh, okay, I get that.
No.
I was only asking because Brent would ask, because he's just like, oh, Tony. Tony.
Tony, I'd go to China for this man. Brent, and I had to translate that for someone. because I think it was Gary, or no, it was Nicole. She's like, what does that mean? He said that 5 times. And I'm like, girl, that means that he would go to the ends of the earth. And she's like, what? Yeah, I was like, that's where you fall off if you go past there. So he's a flat earther apparently. So yeah, he'd go to China. And he's like, yeah, man, that's my brother. And I'm like, sure is. I need a picture of Tony kissing Brent's bald head. Or like them doing like couple poses in London.
Oh yeah, I would love that on the London Bridge. Like literally like iconic photos that you would take with your spouse. Like no, they should be doing it together like in front of things. Like
or pictures that we take together. We need to have them copy them. And then we'll do a carousel post of the picture of us, then their version. Picture of us, their version.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm excited for them. I love it. Okay, we gotta go. We're going over to Patreon, you guys, if you don't know.
We have to take a pee-pee break.
Yeah, we're gonna take
doing
a
the
break.
pee-pee dance.
I'm literally can see you. I'm like, she's gyrating right now. We gotta go.
I am, and it's not for fun. Hey, did you know I was gonna give them a preview.
I was going to say, are we doing what everybody on the last episode is curious about? Because they're like, you're going to spill some tea or whatever. That's the tea you're waiting for over on Patreon. And we're going to film it right now.
Hey, did you know that a very popular documentarian... You just spit that everywhere.
It's all over my face.
You know what? I'm going to leave it at that.
It's in my eye.
Perfect. You handle that. I'll handle the outro by myself. Stay feral. Stay delusional. I've already forgot it. Damn the man. Save the empire.
Damn the man. Save the empire.
Bye. Are you okay? Oh, God. We got to go.